5.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Nice one. It's very salty.
How do you know? It's greased.
Yeah.
I've had my hands in the popcorn basket, you know?
But, with the something that can facilitate that this may be a little bit less concrete as it could have been from BDS's side.
But cement dries quick, so Kana's going to have to see how far he can put his imprint in. So onto ice, the burst is there, grasping roots down. 113 takes it out, and that's well done. Look at bot side. In the meanwhile, that was a bit messy. I think Irrelevant just got two.
What is happening, Jake?
I don't know. Can I tell you a joke? Can I tell you a joke while the Dragon's going on? Just quickly before we get back into it. You know, because thinking about jokes. The Duck walks into the bar, gets a couple of drinks for people in the bar. Everyone's like, yeah, you know, like that when the Hextech Drake goes down and then we trade objectives. The Duck walks out, the bartender says, you haven't paid for your drinks. He says, mate, you can put it on my bill. It's a good one.
That is terrible.
It's getting hot in here. All right.
All right. Well, I don't know how to move on from this, Jake. I think you've successfully brought us down so many different rabbit holes that we're just going to have to nice and easy back on out. Yoink! Thank you, Screaming fans, for Void Seeker into the immediate killer instinct, and you can burst out the Ezreal on those quick trades, but may look for it here.
Maybe like this, Xenoblade follows through, Shield of Daybreak's not too bad, Kalista's getting damaged down, the True Shot Barrage is about to take out Targamas, he gets flashed on and silenced by Ice, but now as you said, all it takes is Kalista and he flashes, instead of getting that killer instinct which comes from his eyes. A double over to the KC Hyper Carry. That means it's just going to go over to BDS. So I get my answer of a question if this is just going to be feats of strength. The audience doesn't know, it won't hurt them. This turret's gone. That hurts. BDS, first turret. Yoink.
And also they didn't realize.
Spot as we ignore side lanes for now because it's all about this fight that KC are trying to brew in front of the Herald, but it's way too late again. It's a half HP trade, just the Aurora thing, as Kana's about to get a fistful of damage. Into melee range, he plays with Icy flashed away. Call the Forge God doesn't land though. Hang on a minute. BDS do get the kill, but they've used a lot for this. Targamas playing with time, but now he's playing with power. And Ice showcasing that first hand under the turret. Wait, Bloody teleported in just to get killed. This Herald charge is going to be cheeky. There's a smite there, but this time it ain't the hilly play. 113 has no backup in his way. For Gale Force, they have really cool names. You know, and I miss that. Unending Despair could be like absolute grief as there's a disengage from Paris, and again here's the Ornn, he misses, but look, he'll just Bellows Breath, hit Targamas, and another turret goes down. The Wild Growth that as well as Ice just keeps getting all the kill credit. 4 and 1, almost made it 5 with Kalista on the side. And KC right now going to pick up Bloody, well, pick up a turret with Bloody's help. That's a trade, Dacta, but I feel like BDS are just asserting control.
Yeah, but
got a Kanik Rooken as well. Good call on that Dagda. TP's in. Nuke is also making his way over, so it's going to be a big fight. But a big fight if KC think to take it. Third Dragon. Again,
they're comfortable to start this up because they can play for poke at range, having gotten control of this area.
But look at Ice's poke. True Shot Barrage misses. That's one thing. Irrelevant now coming in off the east wing. Is that west? That's the right. And never mind, ignore that as KC say goodnight. That's over to Atakan, who's going to reset, and BDS now sit in the pit. Just having priority themselves. Irrelevant always sitting off the side. No way to stop the call of the Forge God as we revisit for round 2. But KC have taken a bit of a brunt of damage. They need to wait for Yike to heal up.
Again, though, KC now have to fall back, which means they're giving up that large area of control, so they have less room to get away from Irrelevant, and he knows it. He's going to call it in just a second. I feel like KC have to be so careful with how they approach this.
Paris does get hit though, so that's good. At least some of the poke landing, but call the Forge God now there and in a choke. That's going to be trouble. It's onto Kalista as well. No chance. Easy engage as Irrelevant's on the front line, and at least Bloody gets a great ulti off, but the follow-up just isn't there. BDS,
so they're separated, and you can start to look for the poke, because in this, 3 versus 4, they can't do much, but there you go again.
It's Ragnarok again.
He calls
the flash. You're right. Irrelevant gets Yike. True Shot Barrage almost gets him. Searing Charge. I'm watching. Irrelevant is taking on 3, while the rest of KC try to get the carries. Bellows Breath, but Irrelevant walks it out. BDS try and start off first.
But here's the thing, KC have already got presence on mid. They have Vladdy on a rotation on side. This is a much better setup for KC. We're going to just play for poke without just being caught in that one position.
Soulflare doesn't hit though. Targamas into the fray. Bellows Breath, call the Forge God, as you said. Which direction? Irrelevant lacks it back, but it gets nothing. Into the middle though, Vladdy also gets nothing. Paris gets everything, and that's about that, isn't it? BDS, you blink, you look left and right, but everything is Soul in the pocket. Atakan's still there, but a quick reset from BDS thanks to this Baron will mean that we're going to get another 5v5 around bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot to prove.
Yeah, I mean, coming off of KC Blue as well, got to feel pretty nice to now be going up against his former team as well, and just being able to go, hey, It's looking pretty good on BDS, even if we're slightly further down.
It was the Linsus replacement, right? Like they had Linsus in for a bit. I know there's stacked Magi's, and I'm here for it.
Even the Masterwork upgrade on the Shadow Flame as well. So a lot of damage coming in off of this champion right now. And now BDS. Again, I look like TP from Relevant. They can just hard force on this tower. There is zero KC can do here. Relevant just needs to ult to zone them. Well, they don't even need to. KC just have to back away.
Just with grubs as well. You got 4 grubs. You walk up. Mid's also under fire too. KC have to defend at their Nexus turrets, and they've got the Atacon buff. So a dive is imminent. A 29-minute game, a possibility. No spears connecting, and all of a sudden BDS are putting the final touches in. Vladdy steps up, Harris runs into the turret, and you can see the BDS are putting the focus in on one Nexus turret. Get rid of a little bit of deliverance in the way. BDS now have 5 people still in a healthy enough state with 1 less Nexus turret. Solar Flare comes down from Targamas. In goes Vladdy. Call the Forge God. Irrelevant looking Orny. As perfect as the setup was, as perfect as the spike down was, KC can't get a break. In 29 minutes, BDS moved from 3 to 4. I know Dagger's counting the Pentas, but it's all over Red Rover. And BDS end the split 4 and 5 with a rejuvenated roster.